Good morning, friends. Welcome all of you once again in our YouTube channel. Dear friends, in the previous two sessions, we have studied in detail about what is meant by listening, the process of listening, what are the various kinds of barriers which are coming in the flow of listening. So, dear friends, in this today's third session of listening skills, we are going to study in detail about the various kinds of types of listening. So, these types are nothing but it's a one kind of detailed study about a one kind of critical listening, empathetic listening, evaluative listening, and attentive kind of listening. So, dear friends, let's enjoy this teaching and learning process. Dear friends, the first type of listening skills we will study will be the critical listening. In this type of listening, here we want to use our analytical ability. Dear friends, for example, whenever we are getting a one kind of call from the Tata Sky company, here they are giving a one kind of information to the customers about their various offers in their company. For example, the offers related with the sports, entertainment, and news to the customers. They are doing a one kind of persuasion of their customers. So here in this kind of situation, what exactly here the customers they want to do, they want to think in a critical way before accepting their offer. Here in this type of listening, we require a one kind of careful observation, judgment, and trustworthiness of the speaker. The focus of the listener should be on the main points. For example, while listening the speeches of John Kennedy, Adolf Hitler, here we want to use a one kind of critical listening. Critical listening is also very important to us whenever we are judging any one of the elocution competition. Dear friends, now we will study the second type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as empathetic listening. Communication is an integral part of our day-to-day life. We must add a one kind of empathy in our communication. Dear friends, the empathetic listening is nothing but it's a one kind of detailed study about understanding the listener's point of views. Here, our major focus should be on speakers' words, feelings, and the attitudes which is reflected through their body language, gestures, and para language. Here, the feelings of speaker and listener should match. Dear friends, in this type of listening, here we should present a one kind of emotional and moral support. For example, I found the nurses who are working at Lilavati Hospital in Mumbai. So they are using a one kind of empathetic listening and they are taking care of their patient in a very proper way. Psychiatrists are also taking care of the patients whenever they are presenting their problems to them. Dear friends, now we will study the third type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of attentive listening. In this type of listening, here the listener is focused, very attentive, and he is also restating what the speaker is saying to them. Here, in this type of listening, first of all, we want to understand the speaker's point of view, then we want to speak. Here, the listener is responding and also paraphrasing the speaker's words in his mind. For example, listening the lectures. We also found in the industry the various instructions are given to the employees. So, in these two different situations, one kind of attentive listening is going to play a very significant role. Dear friends, as we can observe here in the given picture, how the donkey is listening very attentively. He has also a one kind of willingness to listen. The donkey is listening with his ears, eyes, and heart. In short, is using all his senses. So, we also want to listen while using all our senses. Dear friends, now we will study the four systematic steps of attentive listening. These steps are like listen, question, reflect, paraphrase, and agree. In the step first, we want to listen very attentively. Here, our major focus should be on the speaker's words, feelings, what kinds of main ideas are presented by him. With addition of it, what kind of verbal as well as non-verbal communication. The second step is question. Here, the listener wants to gather the information and understanding the information in a very proper way, and if he has any kind of doubt, then he wants to ask about it. Here, one kind of fruitful discussion will happen between speaker and listener. It will be a one kind of open discussion. Here, listener can ask, like, tell me more. How did you feel? Then what happened? Dear friends, we have the third step in this attentive kind of listening. So we can call to this step as a reflect paraphrase. Here, the listener will write a one kind of paragraph about whatever he has listened. Here, the listener will reflect his feelings and he will also reframe his own ideas. Here, the listener will understand the basic thoughts of communication to find out one kind of solution regarding the problem. Here, we have the last step in this attentive listening. So we can call to this step as agree. Here, the speaker and listener both are agree with their thoughts. The speaker's consent and solution is important. Dear friends, I am sure that whenever you are doing a one kind of attentive listening, so you will keep it in the mind all these four steps like listen, question, reflect, paraphrase, and agree. Dear friends, now we will study the fourth type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of evaluative listening. We want to evaluate content while applying our logic. For example, here the scientists and researchers, they are using a one kind of evaluative listening while working on various projects. Dear friends, now we will study the fifth type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of marginal listening. This is an interesting type of listening. Here the listener is impatient. His focus is not on the basic ideas. Listener is showing a one kind of superficial attention. This type of listening is contributing to the misunderstanding, and it is also going to create a one kind of problem for the listener and speaker. It is also misleading the speaker with false impressions in the mind of listener. Dear friends, as here we can observe in the given picture, the monkey is not listening with a one kind of attention. So this is an example of poor listening. Here, this kind of marginal listening, the person who is sitting in the office but understanding himself as sitting on one of the beach. So it is nothing but it is a one kind of day dreaming. Dear friends, now we will study the sixth type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of selective listening. Here, in this type of listening, the listener is very selected about his basic ideas, and he is also going to begin to formulate any one kind of guess or whatever kind of reply he wants to give to the speaker. Here, the listener is also ignoring the things that he don't want to hear. For example, many students who are in the class, so they are practicing one kind of selective listening. Dear friends, now we have the seventh type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of appreciative kind of listening. Dear friends, as here we can observe in the given picture how a one kind of cute boy is listening the music very enthusiastically, and he is also appreciating the melodies of the music. Here the poetry, shairi, words of great leaders are various forms of appreciative listening. Dear friends, now I would like to present one kind of shairi in front of you. This shairi is written by Shakil Azmi. शकील आज़मी कहते हैं, हार ही जाती है जब मान लिया जाता है, हार ही जाती है जब मान लिया जाता है, जीत तब होती है जब ठान लिया जाता है, जीत तब होती है जब ठान लिया जाता है. So, dear friends, we appreciate this kind of sharing. Dear friends, now we will study the another type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of discriminative listening. Dear friends, in this type of listening, here the listener he distinguishes the verbal and non-verbal messages. For example, your friends may tell you that they are feeling good, but the frown on their face and their sluggish posture may tell you otherwise. Whenever we are listening, we want to analyze the verbal and non-verbal messages. Dear friends, now we have the last type of listening. So we can call to this type of listening as a one kind of comprehensive listening. Here, in this type of listening, the major focus of the listener is on understanding the message. There are many situations in our day to day life where we are listening to acquire a knowledge. For example, this type of listening can be very useful to us whenever we are listening the informative speeches. Dear friends, in short, we have studied the various types of listening. How here we want to be think in a critical way while listening. How here we also want to give one kind of importance to the others' emotion, that is empathetic listening, and how here we also want to be focused whenever we are listening. And we also studied the various kinds of types of listening also. So, dear friends, I am sure that whatever kind of discussion that we have done it here, so it is going to be very useful to you to grow personally, academically, and professionally in your life. Dear friends, if you are new here in our YouTube channel, so don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. So, thank you one and all for your kind patience.